Hi, my name is Gwen. Welcome to your practice today. We'll explore for 30 minutes together from temples to toes through our breath work, which will start by coming into a passive back bend. Today we're going to use 2 blankets. So have them about this size. Roll one of them and then take that roll and roll it right into the other blanket. Place that right at the top of your mat. A nice thick roll. And then take your yoga block and place that right underneath the head. So use anything that has that thickness, a book, another blanket roll. Take your back all the way up to that and then unfurl the spine. Let the head rest right on the top so that you can rock the head from side to side and notice the chin come into the direction of the chest, the heart. Either the legs outward or you can have them bent up, heel toe them wide, toes in, and have the inner knees knock. Notice how you feel. Take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Come straight into the Ujjayi breath if you can, in through the nose and out through the nose. You can take some luxurious deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth and cleanse the whole entire body. And then softly come into the Ujjayi breath. Whatever feels delicious. And as you come into that natural breath of in through the nose and out through the nose, drop your attention to the back of the throat. Listen to the breath there. Starts to naturally slow the breath. Drop your attention and your awareness down to the base of the spine. Feel the pelvic floor. Activate and stimulate this area like you have to go to the bathroom. Feel a natural lift to the pelvic floor. Very soft, very subtle. Very, very strong. Let the awareness as we breathe now drift up and down the spinal column, all the way up, possibly all the way up to the crown, and then all the way down. Nice and soft Ujjayi breath as we center in and feel our starting point. The shoulders drape. The heart rises each inhale. As we move inward just a wee bit more through the breath. We'll stay with the Ujjayi breath today. If it agitates your body, big or small, come into any breath that feels delicious, that feels more natural for you at that moment. Whether it's big gulps of breath or emptying the lungs fully, and a pause. As you observe, it is your way inward. So have some fun through your breath today. So very softly, if the legs are splayed out, go ahead and bend them and plant the feet. Drag the sit bones over to one side, and as you roll to the other, use that momentum into the floor to press yourself up. From here, we're coming right into our body scan, seated like this. So leave the legs exactly the way they are. You can take your blankets and bring them to butt right up to that front leg. It could be your right leg. Feel the sit bones anchor down and the spinal column grow nice and tall upward. Feel the shoulders come away from each other and then down through the outer edges of the body, down into the earth, the sit bones. On your next breath, lift the hands and roll them all the way to the back of your mat and then lower them. Let them grip on to wherever it feels good. That right hand may be on the bottom of that right knee, left hand possibly on the shin, ankle area. Go ahead and feel the spinal column grow all the way up through the palate, through the crown, and then look over that back shoulder. As you inhale nice and tall, exhale all the way, spin the body around and plant the hands on either side of the roll. Look down, press into the thumb and the first finger more. Feel the magnetic pull of the elbows towards each other. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, bend both elbows, point them down towards the bottom of the mat. Tap the nose to the middle. Press into the thumb, the first finger, let yourself rise up. And as you lower, feel the muscles required. Notice how you feel as you tap that nose. Grow a little taller each time. Last one. Feel that squeeze of the muscles inward. As you come down, let the heart rest. Roll the nose in the direction of the knees and go ahead and bring the elbows outward. Have that front right foot, press it into the thigh of that back left foot. Let it rest in the sole of that foot. Feel the back of the pelvis, the targeted area. So once you're in the shape, let your body rest. The top half worked very hard there, so have the elbows away from the shoulders. And then we'll come into the lower half now. So go ahead and feel the right baby toe edge. Let it press into the floor. Take that back leg, press it into the sole of the foot. Feel the squeeze and then release and soften, soften, soften. Notice how well. 2 or 3 times like this. You'll gently, softly take that right edge, press back foot into the sole of the foot, meet it with resistance, and then let it go intentionally and notice how you feel. And then again, one more time, a little press, 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 feel the squeeze, and then release. From there, come into the spirit of restorative now. You can crawl the fingers up. You can interlace on top. Or you can leave the arms out like cactus arms. You might even like to roll the knuckles heavy, palms up. Feel the whole body surrender in this shape. And if the body feels perfect here, please feel free to leave it. If you'd like to invite the upper spine to the party, go ahead on your next breath, lift the head, and then roll the nose to the opposite side and lower. If it doesn't feel good there, careful not to fling back out of it. Go ahead and mindfully lift on your breath and then roll the nose back and come back to your starting point. Wherever you are, eyes are closed. Relax through the jaw. Come into that internal witness. Feel that relaxation in this shape. Very powerful, strong shape for some bodies. A beautiful spiral twist. Targeted area, lower lumbar, sacral spine, outer hips. The shoulders receive. So notice how you feel. Can you relax that little bit more? And how about 2 more breaths here? Enjoy that exhale as you pour yourself into this shape a wee bit more. And then 1 more. And then go ahead and drag the hands on your next breath underneath your shoulders. Take the elbows to each other and press into the thumb and the first finger. Head comes up very last. Legs can extend out. Little paddle of the toes. You don't have to move anything. I'm careful not to put my back to you. A little drum roll of the back of the knees. If the legs are made out of that wet clay, go ahead and smooth out that clay. The knees swirl. Get that circulation going, and then we'll come on over to the other side. You can plant that back leg into the sole of the other one, or you can do that when you're down. Sometimes it's better. Take the blanket into that front thigh. Feel the sit bones anchor as best as you can. And then go ahead and lift up through the belly, the heart, all the way up through the palate, through the crown. Feel that beautiful height. Take that height now, lift the arms, and carry it all the way where the nose points to the back of your mat. Lower the hands. So that front hand, left hand might hang on to the left ankle, shin, right on the ankle and the shin. Anchor it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, look over, look backward. Careful not to over effort here. Feel the sit bones anchor down. Take another breath there. And then go ahead and let the neck come forward first. The body will follow. And then plant the hands on either side of your roll. Press through the thumb and the first finger. Magnetic pull of the elbows towards each other. Let them bend and point down. Nose taps. And then back up. With the eyes closed, observe the back of the hips. The arms. The back body. What muscles are required for this effort? This next one, as you grow a little taller, tapping the nose down, go ahead and surrender the ear, the temple, or the cheek down, down, down. And then you'll take the hands and the elbows outward. Let yourself surrender down there. Feel and sense your body as you come into this beautiful relaxation. The upper body, these squeezes and releases. Feel the shoulders in that cactus shape. You might want to crawl the fingers up and interlace, or leave them upward. You can roll the knuckles heavy. So whatever feels good. Then go ahead and come into the bottom half now with a little squeeze and release. Take the leg that's closest to the roll, your left leg, send that baby toe edge down into the mat. Back leg comes in for a squeeze into that sole of the foot. And then that deep relaxation seeps in as you rest. You come back in. If you'd like, you can come in and out with a squeeze, baby toe edge. That leg comes in, meets that resistance, and then Notice a broadening and widening, a wrapping quality of the back of the pelvis. And possibly one more if you'd like. You come in. This is called pendiculation. A little squeeze in the muscles, and then you release. Come into that relaxation quality now. The spirit of restorative. Relax through the jaw. Feel that deep relaxation pour through the back body in this shape. If you'd like to invite the cervical spine, the upper spine, the neck region, go ahead and lift the head. Float the nose over to the other side. Lower the cheek or the temple, whatever feels good. Know that if it doesn't feel good, on your next breath you simply lift and let the head come all the way back to the other side with full control. So wherever you are, notice how you feel. Few deep breaths here. Each exhale, let go a little bit more, a little bit more. Soften into the shape. Two more breaths here. Enjoy that next exhale as you pour yourself a little bit further into this shape. On your next natural breath, go ahead and drag the hands underneath the shoulders. Press into that thumb and the first finger. Let yourself lift up. Take your roll over to the side. Have your block or your book over by your pelvis and roll onto your back. Leave the legs bent and walk them up towards the sit bones. Heel toe them wider. Toes in and let the inner knees knock. Roll the palms towards the ceiling. Knuckles are heavy. Let yourself surrender. Scan the body. Feel into your intention for the practice. Whatever that intention might be, to morph these places in your body from discomfort to freedom, Maybe it's to increase your range of motion, your coordination, to walk a little bit more pleasurable without pain and discomfort for longer periods. Whatever it is for you. And from yourself outward, let this pour outward into your family, into the community and the world. The change starts within, right here. So notice that quality as you connect. Maybe it just feels good. And one more breath, feel into that ease. Let your body imprint ease. Go ahead and roll the palms down, knees away. Walk the feet up. We're going to come into a bridge pose. So in bridge pose, very important to feel into your foundation of the back of the head, the back of the shoulders, the length of the arms, and the soles of the feet. So take a deep breath in. Feel the back of the shoulders come downward towards the floor. Press into the length of the arms to the fingertips and hold. The soles of the feet from the heel to the big toe, baby toe, press. Feel that stability as the pelvis starts to lift. And then take the block all the way underneath the back of the pelvis from one hip to the other. So the block widthways from one hip to the other where your sacrum lives. Sacrum, 4 to 5 fused bones on the back of the pelvis, lower pelvis. So the block is right underneath the bone, our holy bone, the sacrum. Sacrum meaning sanctuary. So feel that beautiful sanctuary here, our inversion, where the belly is over the heart and the heart is over the sinuses. You'll take the head and rock it from one side to the other. Feel into the back of the skull as it starts to lengthen, like walking up a ladder. Let it lengthen, 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 and grow. A light little pause there with the nose pointing up. Go ahead and press into your left foot and let the right one become lighter. Thigh starts to come into the belly. Reach the fingers towards that knee and then interlace behind it. Bring the palms behind that knee and the calf to settle right onto the fingers. If this isn't available, take a strap, fold it for a little thicker density of fabric, maybe a scarf behind the knee, so that you lengthen the arms. So wherever you are, feel that right thigh come a little bit towards the belly. You can point and flex that foot. A little circular motion of the toes around the ankle. And then the other direction. And then pause that effort. Feel the other foot start to hop nice and long. Feel the arcing quality from the heel all the way up the back of the leg to the pelvis. Pelvis all the way down that spinal column to the back of the skull, an arc. So from here, very softly, Go ahead and lift that long and strong leg. Lift it a little higher, all the way up, 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 until you feel a stacking quality. Knee over hip, ankle over knee. Send the heel up to the sky, toes to the nose, and hold. Take a few deep breaths. Relax the foot, and then lower. Like you're moving through water. Feel the muscles required for this action. As the heel comes into the floor, let your whole leg relax and soften. Feel the back of the shoulders. Send them to the floor. Right thigh to the belly for a little squeeze. And then you release. Feel that long and strong leg. Send the toes outward. Let it lift all the way up to that stacking quality again. All the way up. Send the heel up. Toes are outward and downward. Take a breath, 2 or 3. Relax that top foot. Let it come downward. It's outward like Charlie Chaplin. It comes down to the floor. Let it soften. Take the back of the shoulders to the floor. Right thigh to the belly. Relax. Now that long and strong left leg, toes point in. Lift. Let it come to that stacking quality. Up, 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 up. Heel up, toes inward. It'll feel weird. Let it. Take a few breaths. And then slowly lower. Notice the muscles required. As it finds the support of the floor, let it relax and soften. Send the back of the shoulders down. Right thigh into the belly for a hug. And then drag the left leg up. Right leg comes to follow. Feel the whole body, knuckles heavy. Let the pelvis become heavy. A little more, a little more. Press into the right foot. Let the left one float up. Reach with the fingers. Interlace behind the knee. Let the fingers come right behind that knee, calf into those knuckles. Then hop that right leg nice and long. Follow the heel up the back of that right leg, all the way from the pelvis. Feel the arcing of the spine to the back of the skull. From here, toes point up. Feel that long and strong right leg lift all the way up to the stacking quality. Ankle over knee, knee over hip. Send that heel up, toes to the nose. Spend a breath. And then lower. Feel all the muscles required for this action. As the heel comes down, you soften, soften, soften. Send the back of the shoulders to the mat. Left thigh to the belly for a big hug. And then you release. Long and strong right leg, toes point out. Give a little lift. Feel all those muscles come to the party. This Charlie Chaplin foot, heel up, toes are out. Spend a breath, 2 or 3 right there. Notice what you feel in the stacking quality where the toes are out. And then you lower. Nice and easy. As the heel comes down, let it rest. Send the back of the shoulders to the mat, left thigh into the belly, and then you release. Go ahead and send those toes inward. Right toes come in. A little lift. Find the stacking quality on this side. Press the heel up. Notice how the body can breathe. And as you lower, notice the muscles that help. The whole body shares in the workload now. Heel comes down, deep relaxation moves in. We dissolve. Back of the shoulders come to the mat. A beautiful hug to that left thigh into the descending colon. And then go ahead and bring that foot into the floor. Drag the right foot up. As we come out of this pose, take a deep inhale. Exhale, back of the shoulders down into the mat, length of the arms, press. Send the heel, big toe, baby, and toe into the mat. Hover over the block. Take the block right out from the pelvis. Then roll the pelvis downward, whole spinal column coming in, a little sway of the knees. Come into your deep relaxation, Shavasana, final resting pose. Use your blanket on the thighs, lower belly. You could take your roll right underneath the knees if you'd like, the thighs. Come into your Shavasana, whatever that feels like for you. If you're craving flat, flat. Go ahead and let the muscles around the eyes soften. Notice how that feels to let go of all the control of the muscles, the breath. Your doing is done. Feel that psychic hand pat you on the back for showing up. Thank you for your practice. Namaste.